Hey everyone, it's Libby from maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people. It's WORIMI, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides in the universal energies. Yep, this is another beautiful painting by a good friend, Valerie Maude, Maude, and it's the artwork that is on my intuitive deck as well. So yeah, I'll cycle through a few of her beautiful artworks that I do have in my possession. They're all originals. And before I get back to just putting my roses back up again. Okay, so what do I want to have a look at in this video? Entertainment only. I'm heading overseas today, and I want to have a look at where the Kremlin is getting its weaponry from. Now, if we cast our minds back 12 months, even longer perhaps, the Russians were pretty much fighting with get out of the museum North Korean 1950s weaponry. Yet, and they were pretty much on their knees, yet they are apparently still going and with new improved weaponry. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if there isn't some from allegedly, I believe Iran might be providing some drones, etc. But Iran wouldn't be providing drones for nothing. So I just want to have a little bit of a look. Apparently there was an attack by Russia overnight on Ukraine, and 26 people in 2 apartment buildings were unalived. I just So the Ukrainians being very, very careful to only attack facilities like power producing facilities and ports, etc., with minimal, if any, loss of life, bridges and dams. But the Kremlin seems to have no problems whatsoever targeting the civilians. It's just one is abiding by the international rule of warfare, and the other one is pretty much saying F you and doing whatever they like to create havoc. However, it will not end well for Russia. Okay, so I'm using the Mystical Manga deck, and yes, we've got here deals that were done in the past. So what I want to have naive gifts from the past as well. What I want to have a look at is where is the Kremlin getting its weaponry from? Because it was pretty much in the past, before it received this gift, pretty much done and dusted. Now, I have some thoughts about that, but let's see where the cards take me. So tell me, where is Russia getting its weaponry? Where is Russia getting the money to pay? And of course, now that I've started coughing, I'm thinking it's the orange twerp. Mug of dandelion tea. Let's see where this goes. I've got a card that's popped out. I've got a cat that's absolutely flat on the sheepskin rug down there. Okay, the Sun card. Well, it's yes. The big yes. Yes, yes, yes. The orange twerp, because that's who I was talking about when the card flung out. And I do feel that it will be exposed. But the Sun card, yes, they're telling me I am right. And on the base, we've got the financial legacy, homeland security with that Queen of Coins, and the Justice card coming forward as there is this smoke and mirrors movement of assets that will be revealed. I'm actually feeling really quite sick about this. Information coming from overseas about gifts from the past, and then there's the blame game starts with that 5 of Wands, and you've got the Wheel of Fortune. I'm actually feeling quite ill about this. I just do feel that it's come from the orange twerp through some sort of laundering from the regime. Tell me, did the Kremlin in the past get a financial boost? Because I don't know that it's still on. You've got the Queen of Cups trying to keep a lid on things, but information about money coming forward. In the past, did the regime get money to the Kremlin? Let's just put it that way. In the past, did the regime, in whichever way, so the strength has jumped out, it's a big yes card, and it's to do with military strength. Okay, let's see where this goes. Using the mystical manga cards, MANGA, if you like to know what the decks are. Did the regime get monies to the Kremlin to help fund the invasion? Did in the past. King of Coins, yeah. So the military strength and the King of Coins, which is my card. It can be for the orange twerp, the businessman. It's also one of my cards for Musk, because in my Gilded Tarot Royale, the King of Coins is draped in green, emerald green, and that's how Musk started, was family money from slavery and emerald mines, all that sort of fun stuff. The challenges, yeah, the second signify the King of Coins, yes. Yeah, the regime did. Funneled through something that Musk did. I'm just going to say that. At the foundation, you've got the Emperor, the In Control My Way or the Highway. Again, this is another card for the orange twerp. Oh boy, can also be the Russian, whoever's in charge. I keep getting Dmitry, I'm not sure. I think it's Dmitry Medvedev, but there's so many Dmitrys in the Kremlin that it's hard to pinpoint. Might be all the Dmitrys. In the past, you've got the military, the Chariot there, funding the military. What have we got? 1, 2, 3 major arcana straight up and a king. This is huge. Right. However, might be soon being revealed with this nightmare situation that is suddenly appearing, hanging over, despair, nightmare, can't get out from under, as there is this Page of Swords. Information comes forward in the immediate future. I think it's going to be exposed. Here we've got the Star externally. Now this can be the best of democracy, best of the United States, but it can also be a narcissistic star. Think playing the star card. Couldn't be me, I'm a star. Don't you know who you're dealing with? That sort of thing. Right next to this Emperor. Externally, internally. In the swamp, isolated in the swamp, internally. Look at these mages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mages, 2 court cards. I think that was a major. Yes, it was. It was the strength card and 2 court cards. This is huge. So yes, the regime. Hopes and fears. Circling the wagon with the 3 of Cups. Those that are in the inner circle. The outcome. The Hierophant, another major arcana. the government, the regime, connections to Russia with the Empress, and we've got the emotional walking away and the retreat with the Four of Swords. Could be the death, could be announcement of a death, could be the Putin death announcement. I feel he's been dead for a while now, but it could be the Putin death announcement, change of the Russian regime, and then the lovers are revealed. Oh boy. Yeah. I am just going to say yes. That's where I'm getting. Queen of Cups, not all has been revealed. However, we've got the sacrifice and then we've got the betrayal. Now, I keep thinking that for whatever reason, and I read cards on it about a month or two ago, I can't remember when, that the regime is no longer paying Russia, the Kremlin, and therefore the Kremlin is going to betray. So yeah, a reduced flow of funds to fund the military with that Chariot and the Six of Pentacles. Basically giving rubles in the dollar instead of what is demanded or asked for. Okay, so you want to know what flipped out? The Tower card. The Tower, the nightmare situation, the investigation. And then you got the Page of Cups on the bottom. Page of Cups, not liking what's on offer, the foolishness, information coming from overseas about manipulation. You've got the Strength card, strength in some sort of court case, and then you've got the Eight of Swords, the Devil, and the World, the ending, but also on the world stage, the Smoke and Mirrors and the financial legacy. The Delusion, got that, and the Magician there. Look over here while we're doing that over there, while we make this disappear and make it appear over somewhere else. Yeah, it's all going to come out. Oh, far out. However, I get the feeling that they're not paying anymore. And that's the problem with blackmail and bribery, is once you stop paying, the blackmailer, briberer still has the information. So let's have a look. Let's have a look. Is Russia? Because what I'm getting is that, yes, the money was funneled from the regime, not even from the regime, from the American taxpayer, funneled over. Is Russia going to turn on the regime? Okay, first of all, thank you. Is the regime, are they no longer paying? Are they no longer paying? The Ace of Coins, walking away and keeping it to themselves. I'm going to say they're no longer paying, and it's going to lead to a Ten of Swords moment. I think, yeah, the money, I think they're no longer paying. What have we got? Entrapped by the information, you've got the financial mercenary, big news coming out about the devil, devil's entrapment connection with Russia. Something fiery with that Nine of Wands that will reveal everything. The Four of Pentacles, trying to keep it under wraps. It is rapidly turning into a nightmare situation as the Kremlin's been discarded. And then the secrets are going to be revealed from, you've got the two standing on the battlements overlooking the sea. Two of Wands, Three of Wands. It's going to put the regime on the back foot. The money dealings that were done out of sight, and the Hermit and the nightmare situation. It's going to be, yeah, I think they're not paying, especially those first cards. I think they decided not to pay any longer. Maybe because they didn't have any left to pay with, or it was becoming too obvious, and it's going to end badly. So let's have a look. Is the Kremlin going to release information on the regime? Is the Kremlin in retaliation? The Magician and the Emperor. The manipulation by the Emperor. Let's make this disappear over here and make it appear over there. Oh boy, is the Kremlin going to really put the US regime in it? Right, it's the end of playing happy families. The challenge is those involved are wanting to keep a lid on the situation, keep a lid on the information. But the energy they're stewing in is they are no longer passing the money along. No longer being received. In the past, yeah, big money. In the past, yep, big money. Crowning this reading, the walking away. The abandonment and the walking away. The immediate future, information coming in from overseas with that Three of Wands that's going to put the regime right on the back foot. With that Seven of Wands. Externally. Internally, the dark money wheeling and dealing, the plans. Could also be trying to work out how to get the heck out of it, out of this. Then you've got the Hermit. A lot of the same cards, different order. The hopes and fears. The light being shone in the swamp. The outcome. Nightmare situation with that Knight of Swords. The poor choices. The delusion. Again, you've got that. Same with the Magician card. Oh, there's the Magician card. Speaking of the Magician card, yeah, this is all about the delusion. Making the money disappear here and turn up over there. And I think they've the gilded cage. They've kept it for themselves, and the Hierophant, the higher authority, and then you've got the fleeing overseas as the truth is brought forward, the Knight of Swords about this, the Emperor and Fleon. This is when they take off. And I've always seen Fleon going to Argentina. I don't know where the Orange Twerp's thinks he's going to go, but I don't think he's ever going to make it. The plans to flee as the information is brought forward. This is ick. You've got the Star, the Secrets, the Page of Coins, King of Wands, action being taken, the agreements, and the Chariot. This might be what? Bringing an ending, and then you've got the Nine of Swords due to the stealing. The legacy or the moneyed passing through the portal, and the Moon card, the secrets revealed. Oh, and the Death card on the bottom. Death card, the false victory, the abuse of power, everything getting exposed, the inability to harvest, the nightmare. It just keeps going. Yeah, I think what's happened is that they have stopped funneling the money through the portal to the Kremlin. And fools. It's going to backfire bigly on them. Okay, so think that's when Fleon might be taking off. I keep getting he's going to lose all his government contracts. He's going to be ex-CEO of Tesla. Oh, yeah, the money getting fiddled to overseas. The secret is going to be revealed in regards to that. Someone is going to bring forward information. The people are going to be highly disappointed. Like, oh, if you think you can't be, it's going to be devastating for those that aren't aware, because it's been harvested. Oh, and you got the Ten of Swords there. I don't know where to go for this, but yeah. If I split the deck, you've got the Knight of Cups, the false friend, and then abandonment out in the cold. And I think I read on this a couple of weeks ago and got similar, that it's almost like I got new friends. Russia, those that tied themselves to the devil, and you've got the Eight of Swords as new information comes out that will really put them under. It's just I think I read on this a couple of weeks or a month or so ago, that it was almost like the attitude was, we've got new moneyed friends. We don't need the Russians anymore. We're protected, but they're not. Okay, I'm going to leave that to you. Love to you all. Take care.